Enzo Ferrari would be turning in his grave at the thought of the latest offering. A practical, easy-to-drive cruiser and supercar all rolled into one? Surely not. So, can the California really be a convertible, a Grand Tourer, and supercar, and still be a proper Ferrari? Well, for starters, it displays all the grace and poise a Ferrari should have before a wheel has even turned. This is Ferrari's first ever hard-top convertible, and its folding swan roof routine is the most elegant I've ever seen. The metal roof may disappear beautifully, but it reveals something slightly less dainty. Now, I don't want to sound rude, but it's got the backside of J-Lo after a visit to the pie shop. And no amount of designer lines can disguise the fact that with such bulk comes weight. 200 kilograms more than the F430, and more even than the bigger 599 GTB. So it's going to need a pretty amazing engine to shift it all. It's got one! It is the first fuel-injected, front-engine V8 Ferrari ever. Yes, under the nose is a new 4.3-litre unit that's got a really broad power band, so it is incredibly user-friendly. Ferrari hopes this will lure more women to the California, and it marks the start of the company's commitment to reduce emissions. CO2 output is a new company low of 305 grams per kilometre, with an average of 21.5 mpg, which aren't bad numbers for a supercar. But the only figure you really want to know is this one. 0 to 62 in under 4 seconds. So any worries about a lardy back end will get left behind, quite literally. The lightning-fast twin-clutch 7-speed gearbox is a first for a Ferrari road car. Keep your foot down through the gears and you'll see 193 miles an hour blisteringly quickly. And if you're not in the mood to attack, then just drop the pace a little and enjoy the California as a cruiser. It'll pootle along in 6th or 7th gear at about 50-60 miles an hour quite happily, proving that it is the capable Grand Tourer we were promised. At just over £143,000, the California isn't cheap. Rivals like Bentley's Continental GTC is 11 grand cheaper, and a Mercedes SL63 AMG is 40 grand less. But what you don't get with the Merc and Bentley is something that's in abundance here. Sexiness. This car makes you feel $1 million. So that high showroom price is a pretty good investment in my book. Inside, it's a sumptuous mix of stitched leather and aluminium, but good money's also been spent on the more practical areas, like the electrically adjustable steering column and seats. Such mollycoddling is so un-Ferrari. So, we know the California is at least 2 Ferraris rolled into one, and within 14 seconds, this Grand Tourer transforms from a convertible into a hard-top coupe. And this little Manatino is a little switch that controls the gearbox, the traction control, and the suspension. So, let's put it into its sportiest setting and see how super this car really is. Got great balance because its weight is split almost 50-50 between the front end and the rear end, and that equals great handling. Pick a corner, turn the steering in, bury the throttle, and that voluptuous derriere is all yours to play with. And amazingly, it's on these twisty roads where the California doesn't feel overweight at all. It does lack the intensity and the feedback that you'll get from a thoroughbred supercar. Boy, these roads are slippery. I can't help myself. The California is great. It's the most user-friendly way of indulging in the Ferrari spirit ever.